How is it going, everybody? I am Donut, and we are reacting to Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 2, Episode 11. I haven't even looked up what this episode is called yet at all. But, yes, we are back, done with Agent Carter, which got some interesting information there. Assumingly that Dr. Whitehall was pretty close with Zola, getting to learn the Falsus method, and all that through him. Also, maybe Agent 33 could break out of Ward's, not Ward, it's weird to say break out of Ward's brainwashing, break out of the brainwashing that, while wasn't done by Ward, Ward is now utilizing her brainwashing. But so maybe she'll break out of that sort of thing and double-cross him. It's potential there. Though the Falsus method is a little bit different from the method the Whitehall uses. It's a little bit different. But okay, this is Aftershocks, which makes sense. The Aftershocks of the earthquake that is happening because of what is going on down here in the city, and just the Aftershocks, metaphorically, of, what's going to happen after all of this. Is Raina going to be a cat girl? Is that what was happening back there? Sky's going to get some fucking superpowers, maybe? Who knows? What is her already thing, though? Like, what is her thing prior to this? This seems to be awakening something in her. Raina seems to be physically changing. But her mother had the whole immortal thing going on. So Sky and Raina potentially had some other hidden thing that we haven't even known about yet, or maybe has been sort of hinted, but we haven't really fully grasped what it was yet. But either way, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they didn't have anything. Maybe her mother was just super special and being immortal. But I don't know. Let's jump into it and see what happens in this episode. If you want to see the full length, go check it out on the Patreon. $8 a month. Please go check it out. If you want to see the next episode early, you can go check that out as well. And again, we're doing these every other day now. So yeah, that's the early access, which works for the very next release. So anyway, we're gonna start. Okay. Where are we starting? Okay. This is the kid we saw at the end of Winter Soldier, right? I could be entirely wrong. Maybe not then. Oh, okay, it's the... What the fuck is going on with him? We're being introduced to, like, real, birth superpower kids. Can't even control it.
How long since he passed through the mist?
14 hours since Terragenesis. He's very emotional, Jia.
Is that her mom? Or just another...
Leave us.
I don't know. I'm very bad with faces, as you guys know from my reactions.
Gordon, it's me.
Jia, help! I can't see. What's happened to me?
Okay,
right.
so his
Take a
eyes
breath,
weren't
Gordon.
always like that.
Help me, please.
That's why I'm here. Can you follow my voice?
She was a doctor.
Take my
Her
hand.
mother, so... I don't know if this is her or not.
It's okay. Come on. It's okay.
God.
I'm right here.
So we're really getting into her family clan thing this season, maybe. Or, like, the second half of the season.
Almost.
Come on. There you go.
It's gonna be okay, beautiful.
But he doesn't seem to be Asian at all.
Go ahead, let it out.
That is some really good effects. I cannot tell how they do that.
I'm trying.
Every cell within him has changed. In his body and his mind. It's terrifying. But he's the ideal age. Old enough to understand. Young enough to adapt. He'll be fine.
It's a blessing you age so slowly, Jia.
Ah, okay,
Able
so...
to counsel so many generations through the change.
I won't live forever yet, Zen.
Well, even with the years of preparation.
So this is
without your
the...
warmth to guide them through their
This is what happened to him after
poor souls.
he did the thing that Sky and Raina
They
just
would be
did.
lost.
She seems fine, though. probably because she's, you know, she's like one of the. If her mother is that I don't want to say important, but like seems to have a lot of the special juice, whatever this is. You know, whatever makes them who they are. So I assume Sky's also got a lot of that special juice. I don't know what else to call it. Special blood.
Everyone deals with it in their own way.
Damn, May looks good though. Those muscles.
When you sign up for this kind of
It's getting
life,
hot in here.
you accept that loss will be part of it. But you never get
Thank
used
God
to losing one of
he's-
your own.
We can lose him too.
Especially when it's a good man like Trip.
Now him and Fitz got something to relate over, I bet.
Cleaning up,
Oh,
but still
man.
going with no electricity.
Be careful with that.
Yeah. I mean, get as much as you can out of that, but then we gotta give him a proper burial.
Trip prevented a disaster, and Whitehall's dead. We cut off the head, and while Hydra scrambles for a new one, I will crush them.
Damn, Coulson. But fuck yeah, dude. I mean, it wasn't a loss. It might not have been a complete win, but we did better than they did.
Daniel Whitehall has joined our founder in the afterlife.
So the guys from a bunch of different nationalities, all the heads. Oh no, Reyna. Jesus. Jesus! Reyna! What the fuck happened to you? Oh. So maybe not Catgirl, but like I said, hideous, horrible being. Oh my god! Simmons, hell yeah!
If I can fix that, I might be able to get a better
Yeah, idea of what was going on, what was
like
happening.
a snapshot of what happened in there.
Again, I love Fitz. I feel like in my discussions, I'm always like him, trying to like, what is the word I'm thinking of? I feel like I can't speak.
Well, it's not good to keep things to yourself, Mac.
Yeah, it's good that Fitz
I
is
know
here
what
for
you're
him
going
now.
through.
Really? You know what it's like to lose control? To be trapped inside your own body, unable to tell it what to do? To watch yourself hurt the people that you care about?
And he was conscious during all that
Yeah.
then. Actually, yeah, he did. Fucking Lorelei, yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
It's okay.
Damn, that was actually, I didn't even think about that. It's fucking, yeah. He has literally gone through the exact same thing as him.
Forced our hand, and
I
now
understand, we
Coulson
all gotta
has
deal
to
with
force
it.
theirs.
Did Hydra force our hand?
Calm down, man.
Repeatedly, but we have a
Or
chance.
did we have them detailed plans and the location of that city?
Hydra took them when they took Sky. Are you saying we shouldn't have gone in to save her?
I'm saying there wouldn't have been anything to take if you and Sky hadn't been obsessed with the alien messages in your damn head.
All right,
This
let's
isn't
just
about
all take
blame.
watch
I mean-
yourself, Mac.
No one would have left Sky there. That's not what he said.
I shouldn't have to ask any of you to save one of our own.
You never ask. You just give your orders no matter how cracked out they are.
Mac, you
Yeah.
do well to remember your rank right now.
Really? Rank at a time like this? Why don't you show
Not
rank?
helping.
This is very needed. This is what we needed at like 17.
Coulson's only trying to stop
We
Hydra.
didn't
Season
stop
one.
anything. We didn't leave something on the planet.
Please.
No one knows what happened.
Trip averted disaster. It could have been a lot
And
worse.
Sky barely made it out
Thanks
alive.
to Trip, he sacrificed his life, Mac.
No! He traded his life for hers. And then he was shattered into 1,000 pieces.
That's enough! If Trip was here, he wouldn't be arguing. He wouldn't be bitching. He would be gearing up to do what needs to be done.
I mean, yeah, he absolutely
Yes,
would.
We're dealing with forces we don't understand. But Hydra, I do understand. I want everyone ready when the sun comes up. End of discussion.
But you gotta understand that you have been giving out some fucking hard ass orders that are tough to fucking follow and are very questionable. And you went insane, Coulson!
And with Whitehall dead, Bakshi may be even more valuable.
Oh yeah,
Well
hear
aware,
that.
but without Talbot in our corner.
I know. Without
But
him,
now
we'll never
Bakshi
have a
might
chance to
be
get the
happy.
other.
Holy shit! Who the fuck is this? Which faction? Fucking hell! That looks like U.S. military. But this might just be one of the other heads.
I count 4 left. You know what that means?
2 and 2.
Really?
No, she's gonna get all 4.
That's what it means. It means I'm gonna do that.
No.
More will be coming.
Oh!
No!
What the fuck?
They'll never take us alive!
What the? Oh, this is fucking a trick. They have to be wearing a face mask. Right?
I guess I take orders from you now, sir.
Okay. Okay, so never mind. They just all set it up. It all was set up.
They'll never take us alive? Really?
Yeah, that was that's what hit me. I was like,
I only had a day to come up with this whole thing. Besides, if I let you write the script, no one would say anything.
okay, but what is the plan? And so that's why they said it in the car. You know, Whitehall's dead. Now, yeah, you could really tell from the beginning. Like, if you were on top of it, you could see there. I really love that you were able to tell from the beginning if you were really paying attention.
Is every Radio Shack a Hydra outpost? I always suspected.
He's doing really good with this accent.
This is Lighthouse. But you will also solidify your standing with the true heads of Hydra. The money would be there, I swear it! If not, I'll pull the trigger myself.
Okay.
This is, oh my god, this is such a cool episode. This is such a cool episode. Love it.
What's the worst that could happen?
An epidemic.
Yeah.
Harsh conclusion.
I mean, you asked what's the worst.
We all do. There's nothing you could have done.
Yes, there was.
Like?
I was so curious about powers, about unearthly biology, wondering where it might lead, hoping to better understand it, control it. I should have been trying to terminate it.
Yeah.
Erase it
okay,
from
I see what
existence.
you're saying.
It's a plague sky. All of it. It only ever brings us death. Danny Gill, Chan Ho Yin, Creel. The list keeps growing.
Not the Avengers.
The Avengers wouldn't be necessary if we hadn't unleashed alien horrors.
There must
be
The ship was in fragments.
So it's not that she's saying like, oh yeah, even the Avengers are bad. She's just saying,
It
you
ends
know,
with him. Flooding the alien city may be the first responsible
alien
thing I've
stuff.
done
She's fucking,
to
should
protect
not
the
be
people
fucking
I
with.
care about.
But this is interesting talks we're having. Stuff I've been talking about for a long time. Oh no.
What the hell
Whoa.
have I become?
Even in her mouth. Holy shit.
You always did like flowers.
They hurt.
Really?
It's your fault.
They're even going through the
You
hood.
wanted this more than anything.
The bitch took what was mine!
Oh yeah, he ain't gonna.
We all have our disappointments. All over my parade.
Oh.
But you say she's done it.
This is a bad Sonic. I don't like the Sonic.
Oh! Fantastic news!
Well, she's gonna be so mixed up now. Oh, terribly afraid. She didn't have your mental preparation. She probably ran right back to Coulson's arms.
It's the worst possible place for her to be.
You'll put her on the index.
Yeah.
Tag her like a shark. She'll come to me when she sees how they treat those particular individuals. The index. I should reconnect with some of them. Wreak a little havoc. Ruin that man and his dumb suit.
Love the way he acts.
Remind Daisy where she really belongs. She may not love me now, but she needs me.
What about me? You have to help me.
He doesn't give a shit about you.
I did. We helped each other.
My insides feel like gravel.
Oh.
I cut myself when I move.
This is what you deserve.
I can't live as this repulsive creature.
Then kill yourself. Fuck you, bitch. You know how much bad shit you done? Go fuck yourself. Oh, feels good, man.
Pop the accent, it makes you sound like a douchebag.
Now you know what it feels like for me to live in this country.
Are you saying that you want to put Raina down, Agent Simmons?
No, of course not.
I mean, I'm for the death penalty when they've killed that many people.
It may not be the worst thing.
Thank you.
It comes to a certain limit, you know? When you're killing in the double digits of people. I don't think she's gonna do it.
300 BPM.
That's very fast.
No. That's inhuman.
Mm-hmm.
Something's wrong with the data in my head.
What are you saying?
So I was thinking how the heart monitor seemed to shatter from the inside out, but it was still on your wrist when we found you. That doesn't make sense. And how we found you, basically unharmed in the collapse, with destruction all around you.
What are you implying? That she did this to you? You know what did this.
There's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
For Coulson, Tripp was the embodiment of the principles he wants S.H.I.E.L.D. to be built upon.
Yeah, he was a perfect soldier.
Compassion.
Now he's having to
loyalty,
go
heart.
to his family.
Hydra doesn't have that. And that is their weakness.
This is such a genius plan. But now what are they gonna do here?
Waiting.
Okay. It's like Fury's car. Busting in, yo. We're about to kill everybody with Strucker and Hydra now. And he's just gonna walk out? Oh, the splinter one. Special one for you, right in the head. Now, hello, Bakshi.
Sky?
Come on, just tell the truth. You really need to.
Fitz.
Fitz was a klutz again. She's cleaning up the mess. But until everyone around here calms down, I don't think we should tell anybody. What with the way Simmons is acting?
Yeah. She's got fucking trying to shoot you.
We should just keep it between us. Keep you safe until we figure it out, okay?
Simmons is like riding that edge of Hydra. I mean, I guess it's not at all what Hydra's about in any way, but
This is all my
I mean, just riding that edge of
I could have stopped her. I
murder.
let this happen, and I'm so sorry.
Who is this? Hydra?
Don't move. We're not here to hurt you. We just want to take you in.
That can't be. That looks like the Hydra's. I guess it wouldn't be, so it would be S.H.I.E.L.D. Okay. Okay, no I-Man's here.
It's okay, beautiful. I'll show you the way.
Yeah, he can't see. Okay. Dope. That was some cool fucking jumping into the scene. Oh, it's gonna fly? No? Is this Mac?
All that
Like,
time
he's the
when
one who
Tripp
made
tossed
that.
me the mag on the burn site.
Visual confirmation.
They have a completely other secret. They're getting that
Fury's
toolbox.
toolbox is locked in Coulson's office.
Did you manage to wrangle the blueprints from the base?
Yeah, we're almost good to go.
Okay. I'll make contact soon.
Make contact with who?
We're gonna laugh a lot less. That's for sure.
And once again, where the fuck is Koenig? Can we not get Patton Oswalt on the show for more than one fucking episode at a time? Oh. Like, especially after Tripp died, it would have been really nice to have the Koenigs there, you know? Oh my god. A lot of shit's going. What? I don't know, Bobby Mac. I don't know. We'll talk about it for the discussion. Okay, we're back. Once again, I had a little bit of a break with my Agent Carter. I gotta have a little bit of a less discussions. I didn't spend hours writing notes. But we're back to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Buckle in. We got a long-ass discussion ahead of us again. So, let's start with the beginning of the episode, and just talking about the whole special Chinese people in general. That's what we're going to be calling them for this video. The special Chinese people. Let's talk about this on the grander scheme of things. I want to take a step back and really think about everything that we know so far, and that the Kree puts this city, this temple, on planets, a bunch of different planets, if I recall correctly, to find the special race, whatever you want to call them, the chosen ones, who they will then use those for soldiers, for some other reason, whatever. But that's clearly what they want. They want the best of the best people. So, that, I guess, is implying that every planet with intelligent life does have the special Chinese people, but you replace Chinese with whatever their race is, or just one of their races. I guess that's how it works. Because it is interesting that, to be fair, I'm calling them special Chinese people, but at the same time, Gordon's not Chinese, Cal's not Chinese, and he seems to be a part of them as well. I wasn't sure if he was or not, but it's seeming like he is, and he has gone through the Terrigenesis, as they're calling it, or going through the mist, which the mist... Well, actually, the mist might not be the temple then. That might be something else entirely. The whole temple city thing might be separate from the mist and the Terrigenesis, which is why Reyna and Sky had to go through all of this to do their transformation. I didn't think about that till just now. But that's a possibility, that what they're talking about and what Sky and Reyna have gone through is not the same thing. Because I assumed Gordon had just gone through all that. Like, they had a way to get to the temple somehow. I don't know. But yeah, so, Terrigenesis, by the way, the only thing I can think of is, like, terrestrial genesis, right? Like an alien beginning, that, something like, the special Chinese people are, so, I don't know why I keep calling them that, that they were, aliens came here at some point way in the past, way in the past, then... But I guess it would have to be interspecies breeding, and then that's what the special Chinese people are. Half alien, half human. They are inhuman. I do know of the name Inhumans. I know of the name Eternals and stuff like that. Just, I know of the name as a concept in Marvel. I don't know anything about it. I am assuming, by the way, that the special Chinese people are the Inhumans. I just like saying special Chinese people. Assuming based off of Fitz saying, Sky was like, oh wow, that's fast, and Fitz is like, no, that's inhuman. But yeah, so I assume that's it, but, one, it's not really confirmed. I mean, it's basically confirmed. But, until they start I prefer to use the stuff they use in series, and it seems like we're on the cusp of getting a whatever the in-universe name for them will be. Probably Inhumans, but, they might be referred to as something else by S.H.I.E.L.D. or whatever. So, I prefer to use those terms, and, we'll see what the show wants to go with. So yeah, what was I saying? Well, okay, so through the transformation, all the cells in the body and mind change, which is interesting because Sky's mind does not seem to have changed at all, really. Raina's mind does not seem to have changed at all, really. Gordon's mind, he would have, I would imagine if all the cells in their mind change, they don't remember anything. But that's clearly not true, so I'm not sure if that's, I don't know what that line means. If it's literally all the cells or not, it doesn't seem like it's literally all the cells. But, they get, new shit in their DNA and stuff. They all get a ability, but it does seem like they all also get they're granted something at the cost of something. Gordon is granted the ability to teleport, and you bring things with him, it seems. Anything he's touching, he can probably bring with him, including clothes and everything, obviously. But at the cost of his sight. Raina gained the ability of, superhuman strength and armor, it seems like, because she was shot twice by Simmons and wasn't even really injured at all. She never really didn't affect her. So I assume she has spikes all over her body that would protect her from bullets and stuff even. So she got all that. She got to be incredibly powerful, but at the cost of her beauty. And then we have Jiayang, who got immortality, and I assume that's sort of a thing of but at the cost of having to watch everyone around her die, the classic immortality thing. Sky has, I'm not sure what she was gifted exactly, but the Destructo Blast thing seems to be the cost, but what is the benefit? I mean, is hers also immortal? Now? I guess that would explain why, she wouldn't be always immortal. Same with Jin Yang. If they had to set it off, they have to do the Terrigenesis thing first. They have to go through it, and then they're immortal after that period. And so it is, it is all their body does physically change. All the cells change, which explains why Whitehall was able to do the surgery on Jiayang and just take everything he could, and even though he didn't have all of it, it basically gave him immortality. And actually eternal youth, because it made him younger. I didn't think about that. It made him younger. So, I guess it's not simply immortality, but eternal youth. Which wouldn't matter when they go through Terrigenesis anyway, then. Sky should seemingly get a little bit older. If Jin Yang's age is the age they stay at. But either way, it explains how Whitehall was able to do it, because it was it was not some weird magical thing, which I guess, but still, ultimately would have to be scientific in nature in some way. I feel like the MCU is going to try to, explain it. In the sense that it would have to exist in the body in some way. You know what I mean? So, either way, that should still be able to work. It's so horrible, but it's not something that anybody else would do, but it's definitely something that should work if you just take all of somebody and move them over. I don't think it would work in the real world, but in this universe, clearly. And so, okay, last one, Cal has superhuman strength at the cost of losing his temperament and all that. It seems like everybody has a sort of benefit, but at the cost of something else. I don't know. It's weird what's going on here. I don't think the Kree, I don't think they have anything to do with the Kree. I don't think the Kree were the ones who were the terrestrial genesis, or whatever. I don't think they were the origin of the Inhumans, or the special Chinese people. I think it was some other race, but I'm not sure what it would be. Either way, let's talk about Gordon. So they've had him since birth there. Again, he's not Chinese. Almost everybody else there is Chinese, but he's not, and they've had him there since birth. So why him? Why, they specifically know that he is someone, they know he's one of the Inhumans, but why, why do they know that? How do they know that? What makes him different from all the other Chinese people? So they also said readying him for whatever may come. Whatever may come, I assume. Well, they were talking about that in past tense. Which I assume they meant like when they go through Terrigenesis, who knows what might happen to them. But, big, wild, way off theory. I don't have really any faith in this theory at all, but I want to throw it out there just anyway. Could be referencing, what Stick has always been talking about, with Murdoch readying him for the war and everything that may come. We still don't know what the fuck he's talking about with that, but it could be a war on powered and non-powered individuals. We don't have much of them right now in the series, but if we're continuously building that up and we're just like really foreshadowing this for a long way in the future, I could see it. Well, let me say, I do hold credence that's what Stick is talking about with his war. I'm not sure if the special Chinese people are at all connected or relevant to that in any way. And if they would be, I would imagine they wouldn't be on the same side. It would probably be separate sides, but I'm not sure how that would work. But also, Stick, he seemingly wants to eradicate powers, or dangerous ones at the very least. I guess he doesn't see Murdoch's as dangerous. I don't know. But that's a whole separate side of things. But this might be connected. It might. I think it's a long shot. I think it's very unlikely, but it might be. You never know. So Jiang and Yat-Sin, is that how you say it? Jiang has been doing this for generations, specifically training them and all this. She does not seem like a good person. It seemed like, well, maybe her mother was okay. No, her mother's also not a good girl at all. She's keeping, it's a thing where you want to say, as Cal said and as Yat-Sen said, if they didn't have her there, then they would be lost and all this stuff. But that's not true. Sky was fine before any of this. Reyna was only like the way she was throughout the whole series because of her grandmother getting all these ideas in her head, which I'm starting to think probably not Jiang. I cannot see how it's gonna happen, but I am just I think I was so into that idea because I thought Sky's family was such a specific thing. But now that it's a whole clan, I'm like, Reyna probably just has some grandmother in that clan, I doubt, it was seemingly a lot more just Sky's family earlier, but definitely not the case. But what was I saying is that if her grandmother didn't get all those thoughts into Reyna's head, and if Sky was looking for her parents and all of that, yes, Sky was sad because of sad orphan times, but she was sad because of a normal person not having parents, or, especially her having parents going missing in very strange circumstances. It had nothing to do with the fact of who she was in the inside, She didn't have anything to do with the fact that she was a special Chinese person, okay? It had solely to do with the fact of what happened to her parents, which is two different things, okay? So what Jiang is doing, these people don't need to go through this, and they don't seem better off. I mean, we'll have to see with Gordon. I think it's going to be more of a thing of Stockholm Syndrome at this point, and, them making him believe that he's better off like this. But he does seem like a villain because he's going to be working with Reyna now. And also I said it at the end there that, is that Hydra or was that S.H.I.E.L.D. or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But that definitely was Hydra. It has to be Dr. List. I forgot Dr. List is still around. There's Dr. List and Strucker. They're still around. Either way, he does seem like he's going to be a bad guy, and it does seem like just all of the special agent people are going to be bad guys. Or, a little bit more justifiable bad guys, but bad guys nonetheless. Yeah, so I don't know how I feel about Jiang. We'll have to see more. We'll have to see a lot more cases, because right now we have very few cases to go off of. It's a lot like talking about early Project Tahiti, where I'm very strong in my opinion, but at the same time I don't have a lot of information to go off of. What else do we have to talk about as far as all this stuff goes? I think that's about all I have to say about the Special Agent people and the Inhumans. Well, let's talk about Cal, actually. I am very, very excited for his role in the later half of this season, because he seemed like he's going to be our... I don't know if he's going to get tied back in to... Well, actually, who's still around of the special Chinese people? Probably nobody. I'm just thinking of it because of... Well, no. We know of I guy, and then there's another girl at least. But so there are some people, and they all have the keys, which makes me believe that they did go through Terrigenesis. That Terrigenesis is the temple. Maybe they just found other temples or whatever, because just holding the thing, Raina could hold it and stuff, and it was fine. So yeah, I'm going to say that Terrigenesis is the temple. But either way, so all the Asian people are pretty much wiped out from the whole training people from birth, I imagine, because that seemed to be what Whitehall did there, sort of wiped them all out. Could be wrong about that, though. Could be wrong. But a lot of these people seem to be the remnants of the children who were brought up by the last remaining generation after, Jiang. I assume after Jiang died, a lot of this stopped. So this is the remnants are left. And I assume it's going to be Cal contacting a lot of them. And some of them aren't on the index. He said he's going to go for the index. But I assume a lot of them are off the index he's also going to go to. But maybe he won't have contact with them, because I guess he doesn't know about this I guy or anything. Or else the whole meeting with Raina wouldn't really... That would be a weird thing going on there. So, probably not, actually. I guess he doesn't know anything about them or what's going on with them. So, the index, I assume he knows about them because they are people from the special Asian people who tried to live a normal life and have been tagged by the S.H.I.E.L.D. as index people, I guess. If not, if he's just talking about normal-ass indexed people who are not a part of the special Asian people, then I assume he just knows them probably from his underground criminal doctor work, because I'm sure that he has seen a lot of injured, powered individuals, having to work on them in that sort of career. But yeah, so that makes sense. But I'm just very excited for him in general. He's like a really fucked up Disney villain. He is the most fun. I love him. He is a lot like Garrett in a very different way, but I just love these villains who are extremely upbeat and jubilant and all that. I love it. They're so happy all the time. It's nice seeing happy villains not being smug. Whitehall is super duper smug, and I love Whitehall, but I love him for different reasons. I don't love him as much as I loved Garrett, or as much as I'm loving Cal right now. There's just something about pure happiness. They are just happy. Definitely Cal more than anything. Garrett had a lot of smugness in him. But at the same time, I thought he was going to be really redeemable, Cal. I was hoping he could be redeemed. Maybe he could end up being, an ally in some sense. But even maybe to the extent of Deathlock, he's done a lot of horrible stuff, but he was being forced to. Cal wasn't being forced to, but it's he might not work directly with him, but he could be tied. You could ally with him in some way. But yeah, after what he said this episode, I don't think that's going to be the case, and I'm not sure if I would want him to. If he's just going to be going around wreaking havoc just to fuck with Coulson. I'm excited to see it, but, I don't think I could forgive him. So, what else we got this episode? Yeah, so Trip dies, and then everybody on S.H.I.E.L.D. agrees that it's time to destroy the place, flood it. Simmons is going it's a plague, burn it all to the ground. Everybody's in a fucking panic. One guy dies, and everybody is immediately anti all that shit. And then for fucking Hydra, Whitehall dies, and they're all scrambling to kill each other, try and find the obelisk, try and figure out if they can make use of any of the stuff he was looking into. Just complete opposites right there, right at the beginning of the episode. And they say it again at the end, but you can see it even in the beginning of just the way they're acting. They're immediately just fuck him, he's dead, let's go. Who cares if he probably died because of all this shit that he was trying to get into? That's not directly why he died, but it's because he was involved with it. And then they're just like, let's go try and find it too. And yeah, Coulson vowed to crush all the heads, make them pay, and he did it. He was fucking serious. He ain't screwing around. He got it done. It's a fucking hell of a plan, too. Amazing episode. Loved it. Boxy's just going through a crazy amount of emotional whiplash, like the fucking Dean in Community. In that one scene, that's immediately what I was picturing in that last scene. I cannot imagine that the whole episode just keeps getting backstabbed after turned and twist and twist and twist and twist. Oh yeah, and the whole, like, the stage play thing went, not stage play, but where Coulson, like, wrote May a badass moment in the script. Why? Like, the whole, there's 4 of them, you know what that means. I'm so glad he did. That was a very nice touch, Coulson, but, also, you know what? It wouldn't have given away that, what was the line he said? They'll never take us alive. That gave it away. But, that May's line felt totally natural for her to say. That was actually very fitting for her character. And yeah, just getting Hunter's American accent for the whole episode was a treat. With Hunter and Bobby and Mac, like, fuck, dude. Bobby just lies and 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 lies. It's I don't know. It's getting really hard for me to like her because every time she's on screen, she's lying. That's all she does. And Mac, I like him a lot, but now that he's tied up in all this, I mean, again, I feel like it's going to be a lot more innocent than it's seeming, but it's still like, what good could it be? They're trying to get the fucking toolbox. They're contacting somebody. And after this whole talk with Fitz and Mac about, connecting to each other, and now they both have gone through very similar shit, both with the, losing control of their body and stuff, but also just with their mind getting all screwed up. Yeah, I mean, I want them to be good friends. I want them to be broskies. So, come on. I don't know. I don't think it's... I can't imagine that they're working with Hydra. Like, that would make no fucking sense. I wouldn't buy that. That's bullshit. I believed it with Bobby when she first appeared, but now I don't buy it anymore. If it was just Bobby, I might be able to buy it, but I can't buy it with Mac. I don't know. And the whole support group thing, like, was that all a lie? Was there truth to that, but that wasn't the real reason? Like, it wasn't the whole truth? I couldn't fit that in my reaction. I wanted to, but I could not fit their whole talk about the whole lie about the support groups. But, that is a good thing. I imagine a lot of S.H.I.E.L.D. agents had to go through that sort of thing. Because, yeah, that's some crazy shit to have to deal with in life. And yeah, I'm glad in general that we dedicated almost the entire episode to Trip. I mean, really, the whole episode was dedicated to him. From start to finish, all throughout, we just kept bringing him up over and over again. And, yeah, he was the ideal agent. He absolutely was. He was perfect. Coulson was right. He wouldn't be bitching, he wouldn't be complaining, he would just be doing it. But Mac makes a lot of good points. Even if Trip was doing all that, that's not exactly a good thing either. Like, that's what got him killed. We don't even know if he was doing a good job there. He just did what he thought needed to be done, which ended up killing him, when it might have, all 3 of them would survive if he didn't. Or if he didn't go down there at all. Or, it's hard to say. Like, and I agree with what Mac is saying. Like, Trip traded his life for Sky's. He went, if the place would have blown up, Sky would have died, and Trip wouldn't have. And to be fair, Sky probably wouldn't have died, because she caused all this destruction and everything. So, she, as the explosion went off, she probably would have been doing her thing, and ultimately, nobody probably would have died if Trip didn't go down there. And it wasn't like he was following Coulson's order by doing it. He was just doing it because he thought that's what, an agent would do. I've got to go down there and I've got to do this. And I mean, I commend him for doing it, I absolutely do. But I'm not saying that Trip is wrong for doing any of that. I love Trip. I'm glad he did all that. I'm just like, I understand where Mac is coming from. You know, it was just a trade. It was Trip goes down there, he dies, Skye doesn't. And again, from Mac's perspective, like, why did Skye survive? Nothing happened. You know, the whole collapse, cave-in happened, and she was fine, so suspicious. Not like he's thinking she did anything to him, but just like, you know, it's everybody's in riled moods, but it's good to get this out. You know, like I said back in episode 18 of season 1. I think once a season we need a yelly episode. We need everybody to just start screaming at each other because it is cathartic, as Hunter said. You know, we need to get this shit out. It gets built up for the half the season, and then we let it all out, and then we are able to like really move forward as a team together, whereas everybody else is sort of kind of like forming their own little groups together here and there, and not sharing, keeping secrets and all that. Whatever the fuck's going on in Mac and Bobby. I mean, also just what Mac talked about. Like, yeah, we didn't really need to go to the city. We all wanted to see what's inside us as an audience. Yeah, I get it. They're all anxious too. But like at the same time, because we went to go find the map, that's how Hydra got it too. If we didn't do that, Hydra would not have had the balls to do. They wouldn't have had the effort to go through all the steps we did, and they wouldn't have the balls to do it in the first place. It's a government facility and all that shit, and they're supposed to be trying to slink back into the shadows right now and hide and keep low. So, no, I see where Mac is coming from. If we wouldn't have done that, they wouldn't have got there anyway. And yeah, just Coulson, again, you know, he orders everybody around like they should listen to his orders no matter what, without question, but he went insane and tried to kill half the crew. Like, I know he's better now, but the crew is not gonna trust you after that. But yeah, as I said, my reaction, man, I am relating to the most out of like everybody in the show, just because every time his brain stops working, I feel like it's me. I feel like in these discussions or in my reactions, I'm always struggling, trying to remember the simplest of words. My brain is just bad. Data, my brain is fucked up. I do think the Hunter is going to figure out what's going on with Bobby and Mac, though. I feel like he just he's not going to do anything about it, but I do think he's going to figure it out. And maybe Mac was worried about that happening from the beginning, with the whole like the storm is brewing, you know. But yep, that's it. The only other thing I have to say is May's muscles are massive. Holy shit, May. Those are some good muscles. I'll see you guys for the next reaction. Until then, get the fuck out of here and check out the Patreon.